Hi, how are you? My name is Myra Robinson. I am an independent Mary Kay sales director, and today I'm going to talk to you about foundation. Foundation is the final step of any wonderful and perfectly formulated skincare routine. A lot of times we have a tendency to think that foundation is the beginning of our glamour, when really and truly it is the final step of our skincare. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you the tips and tricks that I use for myself, and hopefully it will bless you as well. So, what better way than to show you by putting it on myself? Well, as you can imagine, the best way to have great makeup of any kind is to start off with great skincare. So be sure to check out my other tutorials about amazing skincare from Mary Kay that you can use to have the best skin possible. You ready to get started? Let's jump in. All right, so after you hydrate your skin with whatever formulation in moisturizer that you're using, whichever skincare you might enjoy, that is where it all begins. And then you want to start any foundation with the perfect primer. So today we're going to be talking first about the foundation primer. Mary Kay's foundation primer is phenomenal. It's one of the amazing products that we have that helps you, let's just say it works like a magnet to hold the foundation in place and smooth out any imperfections that might be going on in your skin that might not make your makeup look as great as you would like for it to look. So again, we're going to start with the foundation first. And when I say adapt does you, it truly does. So remember, you have your moisturizer already on, you have your eye cream already on. So the first thing you want to do with any great foundation is to prime first. So when I say a little bit goes a long way, I'm not kidding. So you put a little bit on the tips of your fingers, blot it through, and then just gently apply it all over. And what you'll notice and love about the foundation primer is it feels like silk. And that's really what we want our skin to feel like when you apply anything, especially if you're using the right skincare. All right, so we're gonna prime everything first. And make sure that you blend it. And what you'll notice is that it is translucent. There's no color to it. And it also is formulated with SPF 15, so it gives you that incidental sun exposure protection. Now, if you're sensitive to sunscreen, you may not want to, you may want to find another option for that, but ours does have SPF 15 built right into it. And when I say a little bit goes a long way, you're good to go. Foundation primer is on. Now, I also will put all my primer on at the same time. So you'll want to prime your lips, which I already have on. We'll talk about those in another tutorial. But I want to go ahead now and put on my eyeshadow primer. That way I prime everything at the same time. So again, you got your moisturizer on and you go ahead and prime everything. Now this is, of course, my eyeshadow primer. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little of that on as well. And so I basically just put all my primer on at the same time. So I have my lip primer already on. I'll show you all the primers in another tutorial. But what I love is that this amazing primer helps to make everything last longer. Just imagine like when you're at home and you're painting the walls or cabinets or anything like that, and you want the color to lay down better and last longer, then you want to prime first. Well, your makeup is the same way. Now keep in mind that it's going to take a whole lot less time to put on than we're doing today, because I'm going to be teaching you how to do it, right? But I'm showing you while I'm talking. And of course, what might take 20-30 minutes for me to teach you how to do today will probably take 2 or 3 minutes normally. But primer is on the face, and we have our eyeshadow primer on the eyelid area. And you notice how I'm using the ring finger. It's the weakest finger on the hand, and what it'll do is notice how I'm stippling it. You don't want to do a lot of tugging and dragging that skin around the eye area, because once that skin is pulled out and stretched out, it doesn't want to go back. So you don't want to drag that skin around the eye area. Now, if you're going to be doing an exotic eye look and you want to make sure that all your color stays in place, especially if you're doing it in the lower lash area, you want to maybe put a little primer underneath here as well, right? Just so that the eyeshadow has something to stick to. All right, but that'll come in another tutorial. Today we're talking about foundation. So you got your foundation primer on, you have your eyeshadow primer on. Now it is time to conceal what you don't want to reveal, right? So I want to talk to you a little bit about concealers. Now, the beautiful thing about Mary Kay concealers is that they all come in several different shades, and there's two that I want to showcase with you today, and one is the under eye corrector and the perfecting concealer, and we'll talk a little bit more about those in future tutorials, especially in the advanced glamour section, but I'm showing you these now because you want to go ahead and put those on underneath your foundation. And sometimes you may want to put them on top of the foundation, depending on what you may need. Sometimes if you're using the right foundation, you may or may not even need concealer. But for those days when you want a little extra perfection, this is the way to go. So let's talk first about the under eye corrector. The under eye corrector is this really warm peachy color, which typically works well on most complexions, and it works great underneath foundation. So I just want to show you what it looks like here. And what I love about it is it has a great little wand that kind of like a lip gloss wand that makes it easy to apply. Now, you know, whether you are by heredity or with allergies or whatever, if your eye area has a tendency to be a little dark at times, that's when you really want to know. So some ladies will wait till after they put their foundation on. Some ladies do it before. But today I'm going to do a little under eye corrector on my eye area. And I always start off with a little because you can always add more later. But this works great if you want to shape and manicure your eyebrow area after you get your eyebrows tinted the way you want, which is in another tutorial. You may want to do that as well. Notice, see that? So this is for the under eye corrector. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about concealer. Who doesn't need a concealer from time to time? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and blend in the corrector. Now I know it says under eye, but I start off here first because as you start to consider your glamour, you want to remember a couple of little things. And one, you want to use your ring finger to blot it all into place because it is going to tug and pull less on the eye area, which is what you want. All right. And then the other eye, right? And again, start off with a little, and if you need more, you can add more. And I know it's kind of unconventional, but I'm no, world-renowned makeup artist by any stretch. But what I have found is simple techniques that work and make all the world of difference in the end. And my job is to teach you how to keep it simple and to make the process work. See, under eye corrector. So now the reason for concealer from time to time is to not only neutralize, but to camouflage any imperfections around the eye area that might make you feel a little tired. Have you ever had anybody walk up to you and say, "Are you feeling okay today?" And you're feeling fine. It's just that you're showing some stuff in your eye area. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep. Maybe your allergies are cutting up on you. All right, so now let's talk about some of the beautiful perfecting concealer. The perfected concealer in Mary Kay is phenomenal. It comes in ivory, beige, and bronze, and it comes light and deep in each category. And you'll find the perfect shade, and we'll get a chance to perfect any of that. But this works great in place of an eye corrector, but you can use it anywhere on the face. So if you have little imperfections, you can also use it in highlighting, contouring. Makes it great and easy to work with. Okay, makes sense? Now some ladies in some extra tutorials will and I'll teach you a little bit more about what I'm doing, but you want to accentuate the part of your face that you want to attract the most attention to. So here's the rule of thumb. When you're working with your foundation, you want to brighten the parts of your face that you want to attract attention to and darken the parts of the face that you want to take attention from. That's why contouring and highlighting is so popular right now. So with this amazing Mary Kay blending sponge, I'm going to go back in, start to blend it through, and start to warm and brighten my face here. And I just come straight down the nose. See? Come straight down the nose. And you may or may not need both, but I'm showing them to you so that you can kind of get an idea. All right? And what I love about concealer and highlighter is it gives you the illusion of warmth and vitality in the skin without overdoing glamour or, you know, a lot of color. All right. So this blending sponge is everything, y'all. It is everything. All right. So that's the concealer. Okay. Now, what I love about our foundation collection is we have an entire wardrobe of foundation options. So if you require something lightweight, like a mineral powder, we have that for you in the form of the mineral powder foundation. Comes in a beautiful tub just like this. This is mineral powder. One step up from that would be our amazing CC cream, and CC cream means complexion corrector. All right. One step up from that would be our Time-Wise 3D foundation, and it comes in a tube just like this, and it would be formulated just like your skincare. So it's a formulation for a combination to oily or normal to dry in the Time-Wise 3D foundation. And then finally, we have this amazing Endless Performance foundation. This would be like your cream to powder. So it's a little bit more dense, give you a little bit more coverage. So whichever option you feel is appropriate for your foundation needs, that one size fits all, you don't have to worry about it. So today I'm going to be using CC cream. What I have found with CC cream, it's another amazing foundation that gives you the complexion correcting that you want without a lot of the extra weight. And I love the way that it's dispensed. It has an amazing little pump top on the top. And you can definitely see how a little bit goes a long way. So I put a little bit right here on the blending sponge, and a little bit goes a long way, y'all. So see that? Forehead, nose, and chin, and then you literally just start to blend it in. All right. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about is finding the correct shade of foundation doesn't have to be a daunting task, okay? Foundation is the final step of your skincare, like I said before, not the beginning of your glamour. So don't let it overwhelm you. Check with your beauty consultant to help you find not only the right coverage for you, but the right shade and the right density for your skincare desires, okay? And as you can see, it blends very, very well. And like I said, you can always add more as you feel like you need it. The coverage, even with CC cream, is phenomenal, okay? And what I've loved about CC cream over the years is the CC stands for complexion correcting. All right. Now, foundation is the protecting step of your skincare. And if you have seen my skincare tutorials, you'll learn that the 5 steps to any amazing skincare routine is cleansing comes first. Then you have exfoliation and toning, moisturization, and then protecting. And that's what foundation is. All right, is the protecting step of your skincare routine. All right, and you want to make sure that you blend your hairline and your jawline. And then just gently blend everything in. Okay. And what I love about this blending sponge is I'm going to show you some different options that you can use for application. Now, this is a blending sponge, but we have amazing foundation brushes that you can use as well. This is our liquid foundation brush, And you'll notice that the bristles are closely packed together. And this is designed for liquid foundation. Now, in our brush collection, you'll notice that all the brushes are labeled so that you know what brush goes with what. It's kind of like when you're eating dinner, one of those fancy dinners, and you have all those different spoons and forks and stuff, and you don't know which fork goes with what. Well, we can help you with that. It tells you which brush to use. So same idea as you put a little bit on the tip of your foundation brush, and you can use that to apply your foundation. Okay, so whatever your preferences are, you can use any of these to help you blend your foundation right where you want it. All right, and primer underneath with the amazing skincare helps to make sure that you use less and less of foundation and makeup products. Because you know what, if your skin is not in good shape, bumped the table there a little bit. If your skin is not in good shape, you can pile makeup on all day long and it'll still look a hot mess, right? But if you take really good care of your skin, what I'm doing is I'm blending my hairline and my jawline here. So you have no breaks in color. But if you take really good care of your skin, you can wear a little or next to nothing and it all looks good. All right, how about that? Not too bad? So finally, the final step is to set your foundation. Now, what's beautiful is several of our foundations are multi-purpose. So number one would be the amazing mineral powder foundation that, like I said before, can be worn by itself as your foundation, but it also can be used as a setting powder. We have an amazing translucent powder as well, but also we have a pressed powder that you can use to set your foundation with as well. So what I'm going to be using today is the pressed powder. All right, pressed powder. And I'm going to be using one of our cosmetic sponges. And I'm going to show you two different techniques to set your foundation, and then we'll be all finished. All right, so just rubbing your cosmetic sponge on top of your pressed powder. Great way to have it in a compact, throw in your purse for little touch-ups during the day if you need it. But the best way to set it is you gently press the powder into any part of the face that has a tendency to shine through, right? It may not necessarily be your whole face. It may just be your forehead, nose, and chin. But if it is, then you just kind of press it. Now you notice how I'm not rubbing it, right? Well, you just press it in. And what I do is I kind of gently go over my eye area as well to kind of set that. And what you're doing is you're pressing the foundation right into the primer, creating that amazing matted, secure seal to your foundation. All right. And now for the nose and chin. And what I love is you can start to see the beautiful matted effect of your priming, your concealing right underneath. And again, what I'm showing you in this 20-minute tutorial here, it's only going to take you 2 or 3 minutes in the morning because you won't have me in the bathroom saying, okay, put this on, take this off, right? All right, and then once you've pressed it in, your matted foundation is smooth, soft, and natural. The idea with foundation is it's not supposed to make you look like somebody else. If you have to take your foundation down your neck area to get it to match, it's the wrong color. Try another shade. Get your consultant to show you another shade and find another shade that matches better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the powder version of the setting process. And again, it works with your translucent powder as well. All right, inside the little tube here, in the jar, I mean, you'll notice that you can shake out a little bit right into the lid. Keeps you from wasting it. Powder foundation brush. Okay, and then you can brush it on. This also helps to remove any extras, but it gives you a little bit more control. And your foundation should only come just past the jawline. You should never have to come all the way down your neck with your foundation. If you do, it's because you're trying to match a color that's not your color. All right? Perfect. There we go. And that, my dear friends, is foundation that is primed, set, and ready for color. So remember, take the time to enjoy the beauty that God has pressed around you. And remember always that you're a part of the picture. So take some time to enjoy it. God bless you. See you the next time on the next video. All the information for the products that we've been talking about today will be notated right in the bottom of this video. Be sure you like and subscribe and hit any reminders to get a notification the next time a video is posted that might help you fall in love with the beauty that is you. Take care. Be blessed. Have a great day.